Welcome to another edition of SAT-TV News. I'm Alicia George. Thanks for joining us. In our top stories, new entry tax, a deceitful move by government, says Roseau Central MP. Dominica joins China in celebrating 65 years of independence. From the region, St. Kitts Hospital shooting leaves one injured, several traumatized. And internationally, French hostage beheaded in Algeria. In sports, the government shows interest in establishing tennis facility. Details of these and other stories will follow right after the break. Welcome back. Outgoing parliamentary representative of the United Workers' Party, UWP, Honorable Norris Prevost, says the government is being deceitful with its implementation of a new entry tax for persons entering the island. Honorable Prevost said this is unacceptable when the Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, in the recently concluded 2014-2015 National Budget Address, stated there would be no new taxes.
This order was made in Cabinet and it was stealthily put on the table in Parliament without any debate. As you can see, the order is dated 3rd of July and it was gazetted on the 17th of July. Parliament was convened on the 25th of July. So you're seeing that this was done just around the time that Parliament was convened for the budget, but it was not put in the budget and it was not brought to Parliament for debate. Let me say, for the Roosevelt-Skerrit government to clandestinely and secretly slam a new entry tax of $27 on every passenger entering Dominica, visitors and nationals alike, and an additional tax of $5 for security, it shows that this government's total lack of understanding and concern for the hardships which the investors and workers in the Dominica tourism sector and Dominican population as a whole.
The former tourism minister said this tax by the government is a further setback to the currently struggling tourism sector, which is plagued by insufficient destination marketing, poor air access, and one of the highest rates of value-added tax, VAT, on food and beverage in the Eastern Caribbean. He said this new tax, which diplomats, children under the age of 12 and cruise ship passengers are exempt from, will have a significant impact on frequent travelers, such as hucksters who travel on a weekly basis, having to spend at least an extra $1,500 annually as a result of this new tax. Persons on official government business and passengers in transit are also exempt from this tax.
This new entry tax also is a negative thing for those people coming especially from the French islands for the World Creole Music Festival. And of course for students who tend to come back home for vacation and the Ross Medical students, this is another setback. To me, this entry tax is like putting up a no entry sign to Dominica. It's like saying to visitors, don't come. It's like saying to Dominicans, when you go out, don't come back. But what is most disturbing about this tax is the clandestine and deceitful way in which it has been slipped on us. Rather than bringing the new tax to Parliament as part of the annual budget address, which was delivered by Prime Minister Skerrit on the 23rd of July, and subjecting it to parliamentary debate, the government invoked Section 74 of the Dominica Air and Seaport Authority Act 2006 to secretly give effect to this measure. This new tax measure was only brought to the attention of Parliament when it was laid on the table at the later Parliament this week.
Government officials have confirmed that the proposed airport facility charge of US $10 on passengers entering Dominica is designed to contribute towards the upkeep of airport facilities on the island. This was communicated by Ports Minister Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, Tourism Minister Honorable Ian Douglas, and CEO of the Dominica Air and Seaport Authority, DASPA, Benoit Badwil, who were guests on Kyrie's Heng program on Wednesday, September 24, 2014. Honorable Blackmore stated the tax was outside of the budget and the decision was taken in December 2013 and was supposed to have taken effect in July 2014. He went on to say government has not implemented the fee, but approval was given by Cabinet to enter into discussion with the International Transport Association, ITA. However, Honorable Prevost disagrees with such a statement.
The tax is a law right now. Once the tax has been gazetted, this tax was a decision of cabinet, of the cabinet of Dominica, not Mr. Blackmore's decision, a cabinet decision. It is signed by the appropriate minister and then it's gazetted. Once it's gazetted, it's a law. If this tax was to be debated, it would have been brought for debate at the parliament. It was just brought, the law has been passed under the rules, and we were informed. It was laid on the table to inform parliament. Mr. Blackmore is misleading the public if he says it's not in effect. The tax is in effect. They may feel, well, politically it's not the best thing to collect it before the elections, but it is now the law of Dominica that you are liable to pay this tax at this point in time. This is the law. It has been gazetted July 14th, as of July 14th. The thing about a tax like this is that while some of the laws you put in a commencement date, but on a tax like this, once it's gazetted, the day it is gazetted becomes the commencement date.
The former tourism minister said he is hopeful that government will remove this tax. Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, cabinet members, and other dignitaries joined Chinese ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Li Jianying, on Tuesday night to celebrate the 65th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China, PRC. The PRC was founded on October 1st, 1949. In his opening remarks, Prime Minister Skerrit yet again committed to his administration's adherence of the One China policy, which recognizes one state called China, despite the existence of two governments which claim to be China.
Dominica has been recognizing this policy for the last 10 years, and we remain steadfast to this policy, recognizing the One China policy. Rest assured, Your Excellency, that our countries will continue to enjoy excellent relations, both at the bilateral level and also at the multilateral levels.
The Prime Minister believes that China is an example to developing nations on how to persevere.
There is no doubt China has, over the years, been an example of how a developing state can go about improving the lives of its people. China has endured tremendous challenges over an extended period of time, ranging from all forms of invasions and occupation. But because of the determination of the leadership and the people of China, they were able to overcome those atrocities. And today, China is the second largest economy in the world.
His Excellency Ambassador Li Jianying further cemented the success of the PRC's economy.
The size of China's economy has grown from about $100 billion 65 years ago to $9.3 trillion in 2013, the world's second largest. This year is likely to break through the 10 trillion mark.
Ambassador Jianying said China's gross domestic product, GDP, has also increased almost 200 times from the 1990s to 2013.
In the first 8 months of this year, 7 million new jobs were created in urban areas. China's foreign trade continued to grow as well, increasing by 2.3% in the first 8 months over the same period last year to $2.76 trillion. In August alone, trade increased by 4%.
The ambassador said China is the largest trading partner among 120 countries, with an import of US $2 trillion a year, contributing to 30% of the world's economic growth. A Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation DSWMC panel discussion on Tuesday revealed that proper waste management can reap economic benefits for Dominica. Speaking to an audience of school students, panelists and head of product development at the Discover Dominica Authority, DDA, Kathleen John Jules, said if waste is treated as a resource and a proper waste management strategy is adopted, the country will realize those benefits.
The stuff that we practice at home, it goes way beyond that. It impacts our community, it impacts our country. So good, proper waste management is in fact something that we all should adopt from a very early age and take it into our just our day-to-day lives. Proper waste management, in fact, can reach some type of economic development for us in terms of the reusing of certain things, recycling of certain things, and again, just reducing our waste.
John Jules pointed out that there are certain requirements that the country must meet in order to realize success in this initiative. Panelist Ricky Brumant and manager for the Division of Agriculture suggested continued collaboration with schools to educate students about the benefits of proper waste management.
I think if we at first are able to sow seeds in young bright minds and have them be cultured in a way or socialized in a way that indicates that they, one, ensure that the environment is healthy, that they as custodians, albeit young, can care for that environment. It's important in reducing the amount of organic matter that would go to the landfill.
Brumant said recycling reusable material like farm remains can enable a healthier population and environment and reduce on-production costs to farmers. The panel discussion was a planned activity for the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation Week of Activities under the theme Too Good to Waste, Reduce, Reuse, Recycle. When we return, find out more about activities planned for DFC's Festival d'Hiver. The National Youth Council of Dominica, NYCD, is reporting a successful General Congress, out of which numerous projects were conceptualized. President of the NYCD, Drysaya Benoit, said the strategic partners who were present at the Congress gave critical input to the advancement of 5 major projects.
Those projects include establishment of a sustainable agricultural enterprise, the establishment of a media training center, expansion of the resource base of the National Youth Council, the Sustainable Development Education Program of the Council, and capacity building phase 2 for the NYCD's media team. We were very fortunate to be graced by the presence of the Honorable Ambrose George, Minister for Information, Telecommunications and Constituency Empowerment, who spoke to the projects for the media team as well as the training center, the media training center, and we're very grateful to Mr. George for his attendance and for his input, stressing that we could establish a strategic partnership with his ministry in equipping resource centers across the country and offering multimedia training.
Benoit said the NYCD, along with various strategic partners, including the Youth Development Division, will take advantage of the multimedia training opportunities while supporting youth capacity building in the area of media development for young media professionals. Executive Director of Junior Achievement Dominica, Natasha Yeloy Labad, a strategic partner of the NYCD, said the Congress was a stepping stone in moving Dominica forward as the partner's main focus was providing the youth with the necessary support.
We signed an MOU with the Ministry of Education and also the Youth Development Division, and I think one of the things that we are looking forward to in hopefully very soon, actually not too far away, is formalizing a partnership with the National Youth Council, and today's meeting and our involvement in the planning and providing feedback and highlighting some gray areas and also highlighting the prospects of success for some of the programs is to help us really see how we can increase the functioning of the National Youth Council, but also to not replicate what is being done by the National Youth Council and some of the other strategic partners.
Meanwhile, Julian Packett, Youth Development Officer, who is also responsible for coordinating the NYCD's radio program Youth Vibes, said the General Congress was aimed at ensuring they deliver on youth services with help from stakeholders and strategic partners.
That we make youth, the National Youth Council more viable, in terms of project work, in terms of collaborative effort, in terms of resource management. This was very good. When it comes to the agriculture component, YESCO is going to play a very integral role because we do have an agriculture module that we teach our young people. When it comes to sustainable agriculture, you're going to see YESCO right hand in hand with the National Youth Council and other stakeholders. So we can say that indeed we have married our efforts towards youth development in the country. And not just for youth development, but we're looking at nation building. You're looking at 3 to 5 years from there. Where will young people be? What will be the status of youth in Dominica? This is something we have to take seriously. We often say youth is the future, but how much are we pushing them towards that future? How much are we preparing them for them to handle that future?
Packett gave the assurance that the organization will work hard to ensure that the planned projects are executed. This weekend will be filled with activity, as on Friday, the Dominica Festivals Committee, DFC, will kick off its weekly festival Duive, leading up to this year's World Creole Music Festival, WCMF. Events assistant of the DFC, Marva Williams, said that Duives will be staged at the Crazy Coconuts, featuring the Triple K and the Ecstasy Band, along with DJ Mystic.
Don't you miss it. We always have a good time with our partners, Heineken Beer, Kubuli Beer, Carib Beer, and of course Pirates. You get the opportunities to win tickets to the World Creole Music Festival. Lots of prizes and surprises from our gold partner Digicel. This will follow immediately after the opening of the Independence celebration. So we will begin at approximately 8:30 p.m. at the Crazy Coconut. So we're inviting everybody. The event is a free event. It's a way of building momentum for the World Creole Music Festival.
Meanwhile, the WCMF Roadshow and ticket trade will also kick off this weekend at Kento's Bar in La Plaine. However, we'll make stops in the communities of Caneville, Roger, Sultan, Pocasset, Rosalie, Grandfort, and Mont John. She is urging the public to ensure they secure their funds to purchase season tickets for the festival at a discounted price of only $200, a special which will end on September 30th.
So let's take advantage of it. Of course, our Duive in La Plaine will feature the popular DJ Snow, DJ Sakai, and DJ Dez. Of course, like I said, lots of prizes and surprises from our gold partner Digicel, promotions on Kubuli Beer, Chebesau, and of course, opportunities to win tickets to the World Creole Music Festival. So 4 weeks before the event, we are building the momentum. We want to appeal again to the people of Kenville, Roger, Sultan, Pocasset, Rosalie, Grandfort, Rivière Cyric, and Montjean to put your $200 aside because the ticket train will be coming your way.
The World Creole Music Festival will be staged from October 24th to 26th, featuring 3 nights of pulsating music and action. And in court news, Justice Errol Thomas has adjourned the judicial review hearing involving 5 police officers to September 30th. Leave had been granted to file for judicial review after a successful application was made on the behalf of 4 males and 1 female police officer who were charged with the murder of Joshua Etienne. However, that hearing, which was scheduled to commence at the High Court Civil Section on Wednesday, did not take place. This setback was due to an application served on attorney Lennox Lawrence, who represents majority of the accused, on September 23rd from the Attorney General. Lawrence then informed the court that he did not have sufficient time to respond. All responses and written submissions are expected to be filed no later than September 29th, a day before the scheduled hearing. This has been the local segment of the news.